right, I didn't want to be greedy today, so I left about $1,000 sitting on the table. If anyone would like to go claim that $1,000, you're more than welcome because it's out there somewhere. Someone's claimed it. And I'll show you what happened. That was Rocket Lab. I wanted to show you that you really need to watch the news and you need to read it thoroughly. I glanced over a headline and I didn't hover over it. I'll show you in ThinkOrSwim. It showed a partial headline, right? But if you hover over the actual headline, it'll expand. And if I would have just seen the expansion, I would have realized just how amazing the news was. So I did take the trade on the first part of that news, what I actually read. And then it just kept going. And I just watched it go and go. And I was like, well, the news wasn't that great. What's going on? And I just watched it just go up and up and up. So you may want to go back if you didn't see the Rocket Lab chart. You may want to go look at that. Also, the other thing on Rocket Lab I want to show you, if you guys don't have a lot of money to trade with, I want to show you where a month ago I took 2 shares of Rocket Lab knowing that earnings were coming up. And I took those 2 shares just to remind me. I let them sit in my account and it reminds me to go back in and decide where I want to get in before earnings. So it was just 2 shares, but wait till you see how much money I made on those 2 shares. I pulled it up today and went, oh my gosh. So I'm going to show you how you can actually make money you can make money and not have very much money. And maybe you can only buy 2 shares. I'm sure wishing that I would have just taken my normal amount, but I will show you that. And all right, today was $281.45. So let's jump in because I want to show you how I played IREN on continuation from yesterday, and then I want to show you the Rocket Lab as well. All right, let's go. Let's start out with right when I sat down this morning. So I want to show you first, this is a 15-minute chart. The gray area where you see my cursor moving around in a circle, that gray area is the close, yesterday's close. This was when earnings was announced right here. This is IREN running up on a 15-minute candle at earnings and then coming back down and ending about here, but closing out the overnight session right in this area. So I got up I usually get to my desk about 3:30, sometimes as early as 2:30 or 3. So I looked at this overnight area and I saw this was trading in a bit of a range here. So I marked out the support area right here and the resistance right here. So I was thinking that either I was going to wait for it to come down here and then trade it up, or wait for it to go up, come back, and then to pull back to this level, which would now be support, and shoot up at the open. But I decided to take it in this area, and I'll show you that now. And then look, the reason why I wanted to, this is why also, I should say, this is why I tell you that I never hold earnings overnight. I sell out of them, and then the next day in the morning, I will come back and trade them. And look, this is the exact reason. If I would have held this up into here, that's great, but then it tanks down. And it never really got past this level. It did a little bit right here, but only by $3. So you don't want to hold overnight. Now, sometimes you'll get lucky and something overnight will just keep going and going and going, like AMD. But that is not the norm. And everything about earnings should be low risk. You've got to keep your risk in check. And that's how I keep my risk in check. I'll just come back and trade it another day. All right, let's go look and see what I did on this one. This is in the Roth IRA. So this is your 1-minute chart. And this was that level that I marked right here of resistance and support right here at the pre-market. And it was trading in this area. So I got in right here. I got in a little late because I didn't sit down till about 3:30 or 4. And did it get that big enough? All right, come on. Okay. So I got in right here. I took 25 shares right here. It did come down. And right when I see it pull back up, I realized, nah, it's going to hold. It'll hold right here. And so I went ahead and added 50 shares right here. And then I added another 25. I mean, immediately did right here, both. It was a 50. Well, no, it doesn't say that I did. Well, I had 100 because I sold out 100 here. There might be another 25 back here that I'm not seeing. I don't want to move that. It's too slow. Okay. And anyways, I had 100 shares right here. And then I literally, you guys, it was so killer. I waited. This is what you got to do. See this 5 o'clock candle right here? This is the 5 o'clock candle right here. This is right where I got in right before the 5 o'clock and right after. And I must have had 25 a little earlier than this. So what happens at 5 o'clock is you get other people, or you get new news feed is coming through on all the Squawk and all the scanners. And what happens is people who didn't hear the news prior, or maybe the news just wasn't being announced at that time, all of a sudden news starts getting announced at 5 o'clock and everyone starts running in. So I just happen to be in with my 100 shares here and it shoots up and I immediately get out full share size. And here's what happened. It went up. I was up about $200 up here. And I certainly didn't want to get greedy. So I was getting ready to get out up here, even though I thought it might run the rest of the day, which it did not, but I thought it might. I thought it's better just to get out, especially pre-market can be really sketchy. Things can run in pre-market and then just dump, just like your pump and dumps do. The larger stocks aren't any different. They'll dump right before the open. People take their profit. So I saw this doji candle here, and then I see this big red candle here. We pushed down, and right when it didn't reclaim a green candle, I got out right in here. So it ended up being $143. And what I did was at that point, I decided to switch over. I think I've told you guys this before. If you've seen my videos, you know that once I make a bunch of money, like that's a lot to me, $143. And I already was up at 200 and waited to close out. So I already felt I lost enough and left enough on the table there. So what I do is I switch over to my day trading account. So I'll trade between the Roth and the day trading account. So I came right back. You'll see right here. I switch accounts. It comes down, comes up, goes sideways, which I like when it goes sideways. I've said this before. A pullback sometimes just continues and keeps going, but sideways I would prefer, and I will always go in on after it goes sideways because to me that's stronger. So see how we had this volume pump up right here on this candle? That was it. I wanted to prepare to get in. Now I let it go one big candle just in case, because this was going to be an area that it may not get through right here because it is going sideways and consolidating. It's having a tough time getting through. So I do have to be careful. So I let it go one candle and then boom, I was in. And I did a full 100 shares in just for scalp. And I got out 2 minutes later and ended up getting just $28.97. Not a lot. It didn't go up much. Those candles look big because I stretched them out, but they weren't much. And then I decided I was done. I don't want to mess with it anymore because now it was really struggling here and the candles were tiny and it wasn't like that the first run up when I had it in the Roth IRA. All right, so let's go to Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab is the one I want to show you where I had 2 shares in one of the accounts. And then, but I'm going to show you first. This is my day trading account. This was right at the open. And they had good earnings yesterday. But notice over here on the 15-minute chart, you'll see it comes down. This was yesterday. It comes down and then they had earnings and it shoots up. It didn't shoot up very much. It was only what, maybe $8 or so. And so I really didn't expect anything out of Rocket Lab. I wasn't going to trade it. However, it was up on my monitor. So I was watching it. And I think I saw this right in here where it was coming up right before the open. And I got kind of excited and thought, okay, maybe that is going to run up. I just didn't take it seriously because it didn't do much at earnings. So the news this morning, right at my 6:30 candle, which is the open, was, let me pull this up. I should have had this done. All right here. It was at 438 actually. So it was over in here and it didn't move much on that news. It just said Rocket Lab shares are trading higher after the company reported better than expected earnings. But look, you see when I hover over it longer and I let my mouse sit there, the second sentence says the company announced, whoops, it just went away. Let me pull it back. The company announced it will acquire Motive Space Systems and was awarded a $30 million contract by Anduril Industries for multiple hypersonic rockets. Okay, or multiple hypersonic flights. You guys, I did not see that second sentence. I just saw better than expected earnings. And I said, well, big deal. It didn't run last night. So I thought I'll just do a quick scalp on this first 2 candles. So I got in at 87.12, and then it was struggling here. It was moving a lot right here. I mean, there were definitely, you can see in this candle here, there were sellers in that candle. And that first candle scares me. So I ended up holding it for a second candle. Let me get my mouse back. Let me pull this up. So oh, come on. Oh, for goodness sakes. Anytime I'm screen sharing, it's slow. All right, so I get in for 100 shares, 87.42, but it was struggling here. We had wicks. It hops over to another candle and goes up, but again, there was so much struggling in here. And look at this volume bar here. The buyers were competing with sellers, first of all, in the first candle, and then all volume died down and they were still competing. I didn't like that, so I got out. It continued to run. So let me get this a little smaller so you can see what I was seeing here. So I see, oh, this is perfect. So I see that this just keeps running. And I thought, okay, the earnings weren't that great yesterday. What's going on? I still hadn't looked down there, and it comes up, and it does more than just a little pullback. It just kind of goes sideways, basically. I mean, it pulls back, but goes sideways, that thing I like. So somewhere in here, I decided, well, if it pulls back, I wanted it to pull back down in this area, thinking, okay, I'll get in. Well, it never pulled back down to this area. It just kept doing small pullbacks and going up and up and up till it got to 103. Oh my God. So by the time I read this news, I think I finally decided to pull that news thing up because I knew something was up. But we were like way up in here when I finally read it at $95. And I just thought, no way, $10 up. That is too much. It's already too high. And I do not want to chase, you guys. There's no way. I don't like chasing. And these pullbacks just weren't enough. They were just barely a few pennies. So I just watched it and let it go. Then it was later, after it started kind of petering out up here, I went and looked at my Roth IRA. I'll show you that. I'm over in the Roth IRA and I realized, oh my God, I have 2 shares. And I thought, oh no, I forgot. A month ago, I took 2 shares to remind me that earnings were coming up. That this whole sector has been running hot, and I should probably just really focus on it at earnings. So I totally forgot that I had the 2 shares, but look what you can do with 2 shares, even a month ago. And I probably could have done it. I'll show you the daily chart, and I'll show where even you could have gotten in. Here's where I got in. It was about a month ago. It was right in this area down here. Look at this. I see this as support and resistance right in this area, which is why I bought it right here. And just 2 shares. I was waiting for it to come up and get out of this area of congestion here. The problem is, once it got up there, I forgot that I had the 2 shares. I should have written it down every day in my trading journal to really go back and focus on it. And we've just been having such good earnings and I haven't really been paying attention. So look what it did today. My God, look at this. So that goes to show you that you can look at a daily chart, and if you know earnings are coming up and you see areas of consolidation and it pulls back and starts to go up, you could get in there, really small share size, but remember to add to your share size later. So right now, those 2 shares have made me, if I closed it out right now, it'd be $69.49. And just on the day, the gain from just here to here for the day is $49 or so. I'm leaving it there. I want to add to it. It was my original intention. So what I'll do is I will hope that it pulls back eventually and I'll get in, or I might chase it. Who knows? All right. So let's go back to my day trading account. One last one. I struggled with this one. I was actually red on this NVIDIA trade. And this was only $6.94. And it was terrible. It was just one of those things that I do. And I'll show you what it is. I just buy too high and sell too low. And it's because I'm expecting, I'll show you this area. It's so slow. All right. This area, it was having a hard time breaking this area right here. So I know this is a bad habit of mine, and it does work if I didn't sit there and just keep trying and trying and trying. I need to give it more of a level, like I need to put a line in the sand right up here and buy when it gets past that level. And I don't know why I don't. And it still wouldn't have worked here. It would have pulled back, but it would have worked here. I'm just buying up here on anticipation of the break that actually did happen, because I trade NVIDIA enough to know when I just know when I see these candles as they're moving in the volume, I can see that pressure building. I know it's going to go, but I need to get better at not getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. Because then I just get these negative numbers that rack up. And then when it does finally go and break that resistance, I'm now trying to make up for my losses that I just incurred here, those small knife cuts. So that's what happened. And I ended up with $6.94. Well, that was stupid. So anyways, total of the day, $281.45 to end the day. I definitely left a lot on the table with that Rocket Lab. If I would have just captured that, it could have been $1,000 if I would have just rode that up. And the way it was running, okay, that's my Roth IRA for NVIDIA. I own NVIDIA in my Roth IRA. I actually just bought this NVIDIA. Okay, here's another one I can show you I did to get ready for earnings. This is actually a good one to show you. So a few days ago, I bought 200 shares of NVIDIA at 198. It's now at 216. I'm up 3,000 on that, but I bought it for earnings that are coming up. I believe it's next week. It's in 2 weeks. So I just bought it because it was down. Like, look where it was down here. This was just 2 days ago, or a full day ago. I bought this a few days before that. It was down to 198. I decided to go ahead and buy it. 190, anything under 200 for NVIDIA, I feel is great. So this is a bit of a swing trade. It's nothing that I'm going to count in this early retirement challenge. This is just swing trading and long-term trading of large caps that I keep in my Roth IRA. But I want to show you how you can get in early. And of course, I took 200 shares. That's large share size. But if I would have only taken 20 shares, I would be up $321 already. And going into earnings, I'm hoping it goes even higher. So you guys, don't be afraid just to take small share size. Even going into earnings, go in a few days early or even a week or two early. When you see the daily chart, I'm going to pull up the daily chart and show you NVIDIA, because so you can see here, I got in here, right over here, somewhere in here, because see how it was this baselining? It was just having support right here. Oh, I might have even got in right here, right as it was breaking up a few days ago. I'd have to go look. It doesn't matter. Either way, I set this as a line in the sand of where I wanted to get in, and I got in. And now it's going up. So I'm hoping that the worst case scenario is, notice how it was here at support. It goes up, but it pulls back, but it still stayed at support and goes up. So my thought is I take 200 shares at this level of support. If it goes up and fails and comes down, I'm hoping worst case scenario, it just still stays at this support level. Even a little bit lower, this is a good support area right here at 194, 195. So that's how I'm playing NVIDIA. And we'll come back to that when NVIDIA does earnings, and I'll show you how this pans out. I'm not going to add to this. I don't have any desire to, because now it's gone up, but I will show you how it plays out. All right, guys, let me know what you did. Let me know if you did earnings today. Let me know if you caught that Rocket Lab. I totally missed that. And then I'm noticing up here, I remember I heard a AEHL, and I think that was halting. I want to know if you guys played that. I was just so busy on earnings. I don't want to focus on those runners, those pre-market runners. I'm trying to stay very laser focused. All right, guys, thanks a lot. And this weekend, I'll put together a little video on preparing for next week's earnings and go into deep dive of what I'm choosing and why I'm choosing them. So if you want to follow along and maybe take one share just to see what happens, you certainly can. All right, we'll see you this weekend. Bye.